Legend. What's going on, everyone? We'll kick it off with a GU for today. I'm only really looking for sells. So what we've got, if we have a look at the range on GU, right? So we've got GUs inside of this leg externally currently, okay? We've come down, mitigated this area, which is more or less the decisional of that break. My issue with this decision was the fact that it hasn't really induced any liquidity, so I don't actually see it as overly strong. And given our positioning on a much higher time frame, it makes sense to come down further still. We've got all this imbalance down here that's due to be filled. So I believe it makes sense to do something more like this longer term. So what I'm looking for on GU coming into today is just simply selling kind of more or less where we are right now. Um, Knowing that we're mitigating the extreme of this leg. We've induced the retest into the mitigation of it, and now we've had that reaction to the downside. Now, I believe it's likely to push us down through here, given that this is a pretty strong inducement. Since then, we've had a little internal break to the downside. I don't really love the internal break at all. More or less using this as my internal break rather than that, just due to this area is the point that pushed through this supply area, and this area is kind of nothing. So I see this structure as more significant. So I'm seeing this as a potential break, mitigation of decisional, push against SMT, two leg. I'll be happy to look for a sell where it is right now. Alternatively, if we come up a little bit higher, we do have this retest here of that. If it's going to use that as a break, and I'd be open to selling from there as well. So we'll see what it's going to do. It's looking like it may push up. Jeez, is that news or something? Looking like it may push up a little bit from here, which is fine. I'll just set my alert down here and yeah, see if it wants to come down and play ball. But as it stands right now, it is looking like it's probably going to push higher, which is perfectly fine. It's getting a bit of momentum underneath it here. We are very bullish in the markets. We may just buy price up. So yeah, we'll see what this wants to do. Yeah, they're all starting to move a little bit. I wonder if there was news. I'll have a look in a sec. Cool. AU. I used at a weekly high, broke that 15-minute external. Very simple range on AU. Very straight range, crappy decisional here, didn't induce any liquidity. I really don't like the idea of this range holding if we can come further down. Just really, really poor range. Internal break, retest built up, trend line built up, internal break, retest here. We're now inducing that retest. If we can just present with a smart money trap entry to the downside, I will sell it. Very, very bullish, obviously, as well. Like the market's just very bullish at the moment. So, you've obviously got that aspect of it, which makes it a little bit how you're going, a little bit sketchy. But nonetheless, I'm open to selling it inside of this range. Just giving up positioning makes sense to sell. But one thing we do have to really consider is the fact that we've been breaking to the upside. It's our two consecutive bullish breaks. So we aren't inducing a whole lot of sellers. Um, so it makes it a little bit tricky in that sense. The reliability of how much liquidity has actually been taken here is a bit on the lesser side. But this has built a really nice retest of that 15-minute external. So I'd like to be able to target it. We just have to see what it wants to do. I'm not open to buying it inside this range. I don't like the idea of that at all. On AU, I wouldn't want to buy it until we come down and sweep that. Yeah, maybe if we come down and induce this internal break, retest, mitigate decisional, I may be open to it. It's just going to depend on how price sits when it gets there and how we come down to it. I would be open to that, but yeah, ideally I'd like to be selling it down. Look at the euro. I don't really have anything for the euro. The structure's just trash. We broke 15-minute externals to the upside yesterday, which we were looking likely to do. Was looking for a buy inside of here. Brad managed to find one, which was a ripper trade. Absolutely flew. I didn't have an entry inside of here, unfortunately, and obviously didn't come down here. But yeah, it was very, very, yeah, good in terms of if you were able to get into that trade yesterday. So well done for anyone that did, especially to the big fella. But in terms of EU for today, like this is a bit of a decisional area of that break. But yeah, I'm not doing anything else. My attention is going to be on EU AU for today. Um, and yeah, we'll see what they want to do. See what this is doing now. Yeah, okay, chilling. Sweet. We'll have a look at news. Red folder, 2 hours, so that's okay. We've got the first hour of London, so that's sweet. A little bit of orange folder there, nothing too crazy. I'll have a look on Forex Factory. Yeah, just a bit of orange folder, that's all right. Bit of news tomorrow, but that's about it. So real good on that side of things, guys. So we'll see what these are gonna do. See if they're gonna give us an opportunity to be able to do anything with them, and we'll go from there.